Go, part 2 of the horrific Tinder matches. Gone horribly wrong. Let's check it out.
On August 7th, 2014, Warina Wright and Gable Tosti matched on Tinder. Gable wasn't her usual type, looking like a man who spends way too much time on his appearance, but he reminded her of Sam Winchester, a character in Supernatural, one of her favorite TV shows. Gable opened with a raunchy and aggressively forward message saying, "You look delicious, I want to do dirty things to you." To which Warina responds, "Does that usually work?" Gable then sends, "Can you be a freak in the sheets?" To which she says, "Probably not, depends."
Gable coming on strong.
Gable says, "What does it depend on?" And Warina responds, "What I've had to drink, LOL. Gable keeps the conversation sexual by replying, "Let's get drunk together. I'm a porn star after a few drinks."
Oh my god.
Warina gives Gable her number after the two exchange a few more messages. And a week later, they meet for the first time in the Cavill Mall. They spent the night together heavily drinking, and CCTV footage from multiple establishments showed them meeting, walking into a nearby beer garden, then purchasing a 6-pack of beer at a nearby bottle shop. And after their night out together, they ended up returning to the Avalon Apartments, where Gable lived alone on the 14th floor. 6 images taken by Gable that night show the couple apparently laughing and smiling in the apartment and on the balcony from which Warina would plunge to her death only hours later. For whatever reason, Gable recorded the audio of his entire night with Warina, which included the entire confrontation the two would have towards the end of the night, which was later played during Gable's trial. It was later found out that Gable had a weird habit of recording his entire dates with multiple women. At some point after the two had sex, Warina can be heard becoming increasingly erratic and aggressive towards him. However, as the night progresses, Gable can be heard in the recording refusing to let her leave, and Warina's terrified screams to let her go home are silenced when he locks her outside on the balcony. During this recording, Gable can allegedly be heard choking out Warina before locking her outside.
Call them with what? I thought you lost your phone.
Exactly.
So how are you going to call anyone without your phone?
You stole my fucking phone.
I didn't touch your goddamn phone.
You guys fucking stole my shit.
Shit, I should
So
never...
that's why I'm fucking calling them.
should have never given you so much to drink. I thought we were going to have fun.
Well, where's my shit?
Where's your
Where's
phone?
my shit?
What's your phone number? I'll
Go
have it.
800 fucking psycho bitch. Fucking...
I don't deserve this shit, alright? I'm a nice fucking guy.
Yeah. Nice fucking guy with all the money.
Must be on the balcony.
Oh, I have shitloads of money in ways. My fucking money.
Stop. Just calm down, please.
I'm not...
Nah, man, Gabriel got her a little too drunk. They both sound like nutty. I mean, R.I.P. to her. I feel for her. But dang, she's had too much to drink. Way too much to drink. And he a weirdo the whole time, man. The whole time he looked like a little, I can't even say what he looked like on YouTube, but just know this dude, he looked like he don't belong with women. So I'm just gonna say it like that. And the fact that he choked her out, at least that's what he said. I don't know. I'm gonna finish it, but buddy, weird, just moving weird. And she was just like too eager. Like, I don't even know why she let that like weak game work. If game like that work, where men could just come straight up to you and just talk about sex and it automatically gets you, then you know, you get what you get. Then that's you being horny. Stop being so horny. Stop being so horny. I said this before. Vet the guys you date. Vet them. Take your time. I mean, unless you got, you know, your mind made up and you got true intentions on what you want to do, then do you. But if you want to pursue something and you want something to last, vet your partner.
I'm coming down because...
You've had too much to drink, alright?
I'm not coming down because I've had so much to drink and I have shitloads of money in New Zealand. It's not funny. Shit. You know?
Calm down, please.
Do you know how I freak out because no one else has money.
Do you even remember what you were doing to me like half an hour ago? It was freaking me out. You beat me up for no reason.
Exactly.
Why?
Because you said you're a freak.
You thought it was funny or something. It's not.
No, I told you.
In the audio,
He a weirdo
she
for
can be heard saying
recording
to
all of
Arena
this,
that
like-
she was lucky he didn't throw her off the balcony, along with numerous other threats.
Let's go.
He's
Fucking
It's not
insane.
about how you need.
You're
It's not about how.
Yeah, it is. You're fucking insane.
It's not about how you need. It's about how you give a shit now.
See, I thought you were kidding, and I've taken enough. This is fucking bullshit. You're lucky I haven't chucked you off my fucking balcony, you goddamn psycho little bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are? Yeah, do your Muay Thai now. What? What? Got something to say? Say it.
Yeah.
Say it. Who the fuck do you think you are?
No!
Hmm?
No! No!
You're
No!
trying to kill me, huh?
No!
Why'd you try to hit me with that?
No!
Huh?
No! 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 No!
She way too unstable to like be in this position. Like, she didn't need no liquor, no drugs. She didn't need none of that. She needed help. She needed help because it seemed like when she get drunk, she a different person. She started talking about money and become aggressive. She might have naturally been aggressive or whatever, but under the influence, it helped bring that out. You feel me? And so like, she didn't need a date. She needed like, like therapy or something. She needed somebody to vent to, somebody to talk to. This ain't it. And of course, he just feed off of this, like, little weirdo. Like, I hate people like that. Like, and you gonna record the whole thing. Like, that just lets me know, like, you a psycho. Like, you a weirdo. Little scrawny dude. Like,
It's all on recording, you know? It's all being recorded.
it's messed up, man. Now she begging, let her go home. Let her go home, bro.
It's apparent that both Gable and Warina were very drunk, with Warina sounding a lot drunker than Gable, slurring all of her words. Warina apparently thought the only way to escape would be attempting to climb down the building, which resulted in her falling from the balcony to her death. Gable, who was 28
No,
at the
that's
time,
how she
was
died.
arrested for her death, but was ultimately acquitted of all charges. The prosecution claimed that Gable locked Warina on his balcony following a heated argument, and when she tried to escape, presumably to a lower floor, she plummeted to her death. Gable's defense team said Warina was extremely intoxicated and that she had been acting irrationally before her tragic fall. Prosecutors argued that Gable had choked Warina, trapped her, and made her so afraid that she felt she had no choice but to escape at whatever cost. An audio recording of Gable's phone call with his father right after the incident was eventually released, and in it, Gable is heard telling his father that things had become violent between the pair and that he locked her on his balcony, but insisted that he did not push her.
Hello, Dad. I might have a bit of a situation.
No way this nigga walking around free. No way. If so, every woman need to see this and like do not. No way. No way. No way. Even if he didn't like push her or whatever, like when she yelling no, 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 she just want to go home. Let her go home, dog. Call her Uber or whatever. Like let her go. Obviously you didn't let her go. You gonna lock her on the balcony. So she wanted to get out. Like I'm not saying she jumped, but maybe she wanted to go to the next floor to try to like lead the situation. Granted, she was drunk. she say no, bro, that means no. Stop being a weirdo, bro. And if you out there, bro, you out of pocket, bro. Like, somebody need to get to you, bro, because you lame. You lame. You hear me, Gabriel? You lame. You a sucker, bro.
I met up with a girl for a date tonight, and she started getting really aggressive. Like, it was alright at first, and like we, you know, had sex in bed, and then after that, like, she kept drinking, and we were both drinking, and she, like, I think she thought it was like a joke or something, but she kept like beating me up and whatever. Like, I've been walking around and there are like a million cops around my building. I don't know what to do. I didn't push her or anything. I'm like just walking around the area, and there's like a million cops around the area. It's really up. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm walking around the area, and I just see a million cops around Avalon. This is really up. Why does this keep happening to me? Like,
smooth face.
I swear to God, I didn't push her or anything. I just chucked her out on the balcony and shut the door because she was beating me up.
According to a downstairs neighbor, loud arguments with women could be heard quite often from Gable's apartment, hinting that this kind of thing was a regular occurrence with him. Many people do believe that Gable murdered Warina, and there was public outrage when Gable was acquitted. The process of going through a divorce is usually not a pleasant one, and emotions are often very mixed. For some, a divorce can be a horrible time in one's life, full of grief and sorrow. But for others, it can be a hopeful time, a fresh start. For 39-year-old Jovi Pillipil, a nurse from Sydney, Australia, her recent divorce with ex-husband Alexander Villaluna was going to be a new beginning. Jovi posted on Facebook, "New Year, New Beginnings," accompanied by a smiling photo of herself. She had since posted on her Facebook of flowers sent by secret admirers and birthday cards and gifts from her 3 children, who called her the best mother there can be, and an independent mother and woman. In March 2016, Jovi was using Tinder to find a date. Jovi is the mother of 4. She grew up in the Philippines and then moved to Auckland, New Zealand to train to be a nurse, and then she and her family would eventually move to Sydney, Australia. While on Tinder, she matched 53-year-old businessman Keith Collins. Keith had 3 children and 4 stepchildren.
Hey, Keith.
The 2 enjoyed chatting and decided to meet for a date.
7
On March
kids.
30th, 2016, they went to dinner at a Korean barbecue restaurant. Just as they were finishing up, a man came up and put his arm around Keith. It was Jovi's ex-husband, Alexander. He asked Keith what he was doing with his wife. Keith said they were just having dinner. Then suddenly Alexander grabbed Keith by the neck with his left arm, and he used his right hand to stab him in the abdomen with a hunting knife.
No.
Jovi started screaming at him to stop, saying they were just having dinner. After stabbing Keith several times, Alexander turned his attention to his 35-year-old estranged wife. He stabbed her once in the chest and once again in the arm when she tried to defend herself. Keith had fallen to the floor and he was trying to get up. Alexander got on top of him, and then using both hands, he punched the knife into his chest. He did this 5 more times. After stabbing Keith 11 times and his ex-wife twice, Alexander calmly walked out of the restaurant.
Bro, he did all of this in a restaurant? In a restaurant, and somebody had to see it. Come on, man. Come on, man. See, that's one thing. See, like, when you dating people, you gotta be careful about the extra luggage and baggage they bring. Bro, like, a bitter baby daddy, bitter baby mama can be ugly for both parties. And I don't know if he, like, followed them to the restaurant or what. Like, he probably been stalking her, knowing, like, her every move. And he just sour. So he pull up to see what's happening and don't really see what's happening. He don't care if they just there on a business meeting or what. He don't care. He in his mind, all he know is this man is on a date with my ex. And how deranged you gotta be, bro. You finna stab this man over a woman, bro. Over a woman? You know how many women out here? And you gonna crash out like that over a woman? Women do the same thing. Y'all crash out over a nigga. I get it. Everybody fall in love. You in love. That's cool. That's cool. You in love. But you willing to throw it all away? obviously they don't want you because they with somebody else. So no means no. Accept it. Move on. It's crazy. I got a homie like that. He'll crash out about a girl. Even if you know her for 2 days, I swear he'll shoot at you. He'll shoot at you if you talk to that girl. That's why I just be like, hey, that's your girl, bro. I'm not even gonna look her way because you too protective, too territorial for me. Like, nah. Like, seriously, 2 days. Give him 2 days and he love her. I don't know how people be like so emotionally attached like that, where you willing to throw your life away behind somebody that don't want you. That's wild to me. I'm sorry. That is wild. I don't see how anybody do that.
Jovi began to run from the restaurant, and at first Alexander went after her, but he seemed to give up or change his mind and head back to the restaurant, where he sat by Keith's now dead body and waited for the police to arrive. He surrendered without putting up a fight to the arresting officer, and he admitted that he attacked Keith because he was having dinner with his ex-wife.
At least he surrendered though. Oh, y'all can record that. Y'all so lame. Help, man, help. This man getting stabbed in your restaurant, man. Y'all better jump him.
Jovi was taken.
Is there such thing as good citizens anymore? Like, I get it. If it ain't your business, it don't involve you, then stay up out of it. And it's a lot of things that you're supposed to stay out of. Like, certain things you just stay away from. It ain't your business, you know, you focus on you. But if you see somebody getting stabbed in a restaurant, I know there's other families there, there's probably kids there. Obviously, it got to be workers there. Bro, it's too many of y'all to sit around and let that happen. Not only did he stab him, the guy, he stabbed the girl too. Like, and nobody probably done nothing. Like, y'all supposed to flood that man. I'm sorry. Y'all supposed to turn that restaurant in and out. And the police ain't even supposed to be called because Buddy was supposed to have been packed out. Like, what's up, man? Like, can we not do the right thing? Like, pack this man out, man.
Into the hospital, and while she sustained injuries, she survived the attack. Alexander and Jovi had met 9 years earlier when they were both training to be a nurse in Auckland. They were both from the Philippines. Jovi claimed that Alexander was abusive from the start of their relationship. He wouldn't let her have friends and wouldn't let her leave the house often. Jovi already had 3 children from a previous relationship in 2011. She had 1 son with Alexander. 2 years before Keith was murdered, Jovi left Alexander and got a restraining order against him. In response to this, he told her that he would kill her if she ever started dating another man. But he also said at a later time he would spare her life because of their son. In September of 2017, Alexander pleaded guilty to murder. When given the chance to apologize, Alexander said it was difficult to say he was sorry because he was still angry about what happened to him. It also turned out that he told the probation and parole service that Jovi blamed herself for the problems in their relationship. So according to him, she would have been happy to have been killed by him. Alexander also claimed he attacked Keith in self-defense. However, CCTV footage clearly showed that he was the aggressor. The judge said the most heinous part was when he attacked Keith while he was already on the floor bleeding to death. In October of 2017, Alexander was sentenced to 40 years in prison, and he'd have to serve at least 30 years before he could apply for parole. He'll be able to apply for parole on March 30th, 2046, when he's 74 years old.
Weirdo.
On the morning of October
26,
26, 2018, 21-year-old Grace Mullane drove from her Essex County home to Heathrow Airport in London, where she boarded her flight to Peru. She spent the next 10 days traveling from island to island before heading on her way to Auckland, New Zealand, where she would arrive on November 30th, 2 days before her 22nd birthday. Grace was staying at a hostel where she made friends with some of the other tourists and backpackers. Grace was known for being an outgoing social butterfly. She spent the rest of the night on the 30th taking it relatively easy, and decided to start swiping on Tinder looking to meet someone, maybe make some local friends while she visited. She swiped until she connected with somebody named Jesse, and the two began to chat. Grace and Jesse made plans to go on a date the following day, and so on December 1st, 2018, Grace's bunkmates watched as Grace got ready and left the hostel to head to her date with Jesse. A few hours went by, and at some point in the evening, Grace sent a message to a friend back home stating that the date was going really well and she felt a connection with Jesse. However, it wasn't long after this message that Grace's phone and social media activity went silent. The next day was her birthday, and many of Grace's family and friends went on to send Grace happy birthday wishes, but she never replied to any of them. And as the days went on, everybody became increasingly concerned. And so on December 5th, 2018, Grace's family reported her missing to Auckland law enforcement. They clarified their concern by pointing out that Grace was actually carrying 2 cell phones while she traveled, just in case there was ever an issue with one of them, so that way she would still be able to stay in touch. Both of Grace's cell phones had been going directly to voicemail as of December 2nd. Grace's father traveled to New Zealand to do some searching of his own. CCTV footage caught Grace leaving her hostel at exactly 5:37 p.m. She then walked to a bar and casino known as Sky City, which was fairly close to her hostel, and she waited there for a few moments until she's seen meeting up with and hugging Jesse. The two of them then went into Sky City for approximately 90 minutes while they had some drinks together, and things appeared to be going really well and the two appeared to be hitting it off. They continued their date onto the next bar, known as Mexican Cafe. They had a few more drinks at the Mexican Cafe, and then they continued on again to another bar known as the Blue Stone Room. While at the Blue Stone Room, things appeared to become more intimate between the two. They can be seen kissing multiple times, before Jesse made a quick trip to the bathroom. This is the exact moment that Grace messaged her friend back home that she was having a really good time with her date. Jesse then returned, and the two eventually left the bar at 9:40 p.m. The two are seen holding hands and walking towards a building known as the City Life Hotel, where Jesse rented an apartment. The two can be seen entering the elevator of the building and exiting on the floor of Jesse's apartment. This is the last moment that Grace was seen alive. The next morning on December 2nd, Jesse is then seen entering the elevator alone and exiting his apartment building. He's then seen purchasing a handful of cleaning supplies as well as a new large suitcase.
Bro, it's just so crazy, like, how much can be seen without being seen, if that makes sense. So basically what I'm saying is how much is on camera. Like, you just think you're just having a cool little night, and like, you know that you're on camera, but subconsciously you're not thinking that you're on camera. You're not thinking about everything you're doing is being recorded, but it is. You know, and that's kind of crazy. Like, you walking down the street, you know that there's cameras, but you're not thinking that, you know, you're not thinking about it at the time. And so before y'all do something stupid, realize everything you do is on camera. Everything you do on camera. If a building camera don't catch you, a street light camera gonna catch you. If the street light camera don't catch you, somebody gonna be recording. Like, you never know. You'll be on somebody's Snapchat story. Like, and if that don't get you, satellite gonna get you. It's just so much, man. It's so much.
He places the new purchases inside his apartment, and then he leaves the apartment again. He then jumps in a taxi and gets a ride to a local car rental facility where he rents a vehicle and heads to another bar in the area to meet up with a second Tinder date the day after murdering his previous Tinder date. This date became uncomfortable very quickly, and she decided to end things because she found him really creepy after he had been talking about the best places to hide a dead body. When the date was over, Jesse stopped by the front desk of his apartment building and asked if he could borrow a Rug Doctor carpet steam cleaning machine. He brought it up to his apartment and spent a couple hours in there before appearing on camera again. He's then seen bringing a hotel luggage cart up to his room, and shortly after, reappearing in the elevator with the luggage cart loaded with his new suitcase and many other small suitcases. He then brings the luggage cart down to his rented vehicle and loads everything inside. The next morning at around 7 a.m. on December 3rd, Jesse then went to a nearby store and purchased a brand new shovel. He then returned to his apartment building just after 9 a.m. He then stopped by a random trash can and tossed out some items, and then drove to a dry cleaning service to clean some clothing, and then he took his car rental to be completely cleaned. Police caught up with Jesse a few days later and brought him in for questioning.
Bro, Oh, he really
The
thought he
police
was.
believe that Jesse was involved in some way due to the substantial amount of evidence against him.
Tell us about Grace.
So I was talking to Grace on Tinder. We'd matched on Friday. I saw that we'd matched the next day on Saturday.
How did the evening pan out?
Yeah, pretty good. I didn't initially know that she was real.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of... So have you heard of catfish?
No.
So catfishing is where someone uses your profile, or uses your photos and pretends to be you and then meets, and you're a completely different person.
Right.
And it's happened to a few people I know in Australia. And it's all over the TV. So I thought, you know what, if I meet...
Bro, talking about catfishing, bro. What does catfishing got to do with you murdering this woman, bro? Like, and you a weirdo. You gonna go to your next date and talk about good hiding places? Like, you a weird. What are we doing with all these weirdos, man? See, that's what I'm saying. We need to just line all these weirdos up. They need to bring this back. Just line all these weirdos up along a wall, single file line. You can handcuff them if you want to. You ain't got to, but firing squad, get rid of them all, man. Get rid of them all. Weirdos, man.
Meet at Sky City, at least I know that there's lots of people around, so if it is someone that it's not, then I can just walk away.
How did the evening sort of come to an end?
There was a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and a thanks, no, nice meeting you. And then I said, let me know about tomorrow. And she said, okay, and then she kept walking.
We actually don't know if she's been murdered or not yet. She may be alive and well.
Okay.
But she might also be dead. Okay? And it could be that you've done it.
Hey, I just want to ask a question. Have I been arrested for something I didn't do?
You haven't been arrested, mate.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
They immediately obtained a search warrant for Jesse's apartment, and they began a forensic examination. Despite Jesse's cleaning attempts, the investigators were able to discover blood in and around the two edges of his apartment carpet using luminol. Jesse was then interviewed again on December 7th, just 2 days after his initial interview, and this was when his story to police began to change.
And drove the car out to Commute at first. I picked up a shovel from ITM at Commute. I ended up driving towards the Waitakeries.
Oh, they blurring out his face. We'd already seen him. We know what you look like.
I dug a hole. I went and got the suitcase and then covered the hole. And then I drove.
Where is her possessions?
I threw them in the rubbish.
Whereabouts?
Albert Park rubbish.
Right, so what items of her property have been disposed of in Albert Park?
Everything.
All of her clothing?
Everything that was in the room.
Right.
I was just panicking.
Did you inflict any injuries on her that caused her to die?
No.
Did you kill Grace Mullane? Okay. And you're under arrest for the murder of Grace Mullane on or about the 2nd of December. You understand?
Yeah.
Jesse was charged and held in police custody, and while behind bars, police found pictures Jesse took of Grace before placing her inside the luggage that he purchased. Google search history and GPS from Jesse's cell phone led investigators to the Waitakere mountain ranges, where they discovered the luggage with Grace's body buried in a hole. Jesse was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years. During this time, 2 more victims came forward and accused Jesse of sexually assaulting them after matching with him on Tinder. In October of 2020, Jesse was convicted of 8 more charges related to these offenses. He was sentenced to serve an additional 11 years concurrently to the life sentence that he had already received. Jesse Kempson.
Jesse was tweaking. So 2 came out with sexual assault, then 8 more came. See, man. I'm glad he got life though. I'm glad that no parole, none of that, man. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. He don't even need life. See, excuse me. Some people don't deserve to spend life in prison. They don't deserve it. They need more. They need more, man. They need more. This is wild. This is a wild story, man. Basically, man, y'all need to be careful, man. Be careful. And I mean that. Just like, slow down. Slow down. Get to know people. And I know for a fact that people can hide their true self. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that part. Like, people can be manipulated, and you know, people change, and they often don't show their true colors until later on down the road. But you know, you cross that path then, but just give it time. Give it time. Like, just don't be a crash dummy. Don't be a crash dummy in day 1, day 2, or the first week. You know, like, try to get to know these people, especially if you're dating online. If you're dating online, you don't know what type of stranger you about to meet. So it's like, and it's a sad situation that you run into a serial killer, you know, like somebody that's nuts like this. Like, y'all be cool how y'all be cool, man, and just be safe, man. Be safe. Till next video.